What's going on? What is going on? And welcome to CEO Lifestyle with Smooth Blaze. Now, before we get into any of the major points for this week, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, select all, so you will not miss one single video. Now, a couple weeks ago, we discussed the importance of disciplined mindset. And the importance of that is training your mind to be able to focus in a way that is going to be beneficial for not only for your current, but for your future, being able to be aligned with what is most important at this point in time to execute and not defer or to sell yourself short. Now, for this week, the topic that we will be discussing will be a solid foundation. Repeat this with me, a solid foundation. Now, when we think about foundations, we think about housing, you think about flooring, you think about even the idea of putting people in place to ensure that the things that build up top as far as your walls, as far as the ceiling doesn't cave in due to the foundation being broken. Now, when I did a little research on the word solid foundations, what came to me was strong, stable, and reliable base upon something is built or developed, a long-term security, and preventing failure. When we think about foundation, if the foundation is off, nothing can be useful. Nothing will last long. So in order for that to be important with your business and also in your personal life and professional life, you have to make sure your base is covered. That's why they give you steps of completing certain things. So as long as you're in line with that, you can't get out of whack. Now let's look a little bit on the importance and how you build a business with a solid foundation. There's a few steps on a few key points. Number one, define your vision and core values. In every organization, even personal and private, you have to understand your core values, and your vision is what the foundation of what anything will be. If you have a clear-cut vision and everybody's on the same place, you can accomplish things. If there's lacking core values, anything goes and nobody has morals and values. Number two, develop a solid business plan. Your business plan allows yourself as a organization, or just in general, your business plan is a way to pinpoint what your goals are, what your aspirations are, your marketing plan, as well as your financial plan. All these things have to be aligned in order for people to either believe in what you're doing or put funding behind it. It is essential to the foundation of it. Without that, you have nothing. Number three, build strong financial practices. When I look at financial practices, you have to look at safeguards, software, systems in place that will be useful for you going forward, that you won't have to worry about in the long run. If you got a product coming in or got some things shipped out, let the funds come in, let the product go out, whatever it may be, and allow it to be consistent in a place where nothing or nobody can destroy it. Number four, invest in people and processes. When you look at your company, when you look at the idea of the process you got in place, always evaluate annually, quarterly, monthly. What can we do not only to improve our employment or our people to get the chemistry better, and what are some things we can do to improve our processes? Each and every year, technology improves, so you need to improve some aspect of your company, whether it's personal, whether it's whatever you work at. Find ways to cut areas to make those developments. Finally, number five, set the stage for sustainable success. When you set the foundation to sustain success, you have to have a base, a great reputation, accountability, and reliability. Those are the bases of everything. Whatever you're doing, keep the same energy. The people that you employ, keep the same energy in order for you to dominate and have a strong business foundation. Now, we have to look at the other side too. This is something we need to look at as we look at our business. What are some signs that the business is not built on a solid foundation? There's a few things you need to be able to understand when it comes to this. Let's get into it. The first thing we talked about a little bit earlier, but a little differently. Lack of clear vision and strategy. We can have a vision of what we want things to be, but if we don't have the strategy or the structure to put in place, it's just nothing but a dream. So when you don't have when you have a great vision, a blueprint, but nothing to get bases, no phases that you're going through, no steps that you're going through, you'll never reach that. No benchmarks, you'll never get to it. Number two, poor financial management. What this means is that we put ourselves in situations where we don't benefit when it comes to financial management, meaning that we just take cash here, or the accounts are not aligned, or you mixing your personal and private accounts together. That's bad business. Poor financial management will cause corporations to decline, will cause people not to get paid on time, will cause benefits not to be proper. So you have to understand your solid foundation of these are the system that we're using, these are the benefits we offer, this is what it is, this is the baseline. Take it or leave it. Number three, inefficient operations. Process and procedures are essential to keeping the flow of the business going. If you mess up in one aspect of the business, it's going to affect the whole chain. If this is not smoothed out or we come up with some issues, you have to identify them, make improvements. That's why if you are inefficient in that, it's going to crumble. Number four, weak marketing and sale efforts. When you don't know how to sell or market your thing properly, it could be through commercial, it could be just through the individuals that work there, how they present themselves. If you suck at that, that's going to cause your sales to fail and die drastically. You could be good for first quarter, second quarter. That third quarter, if you start to allow your market to fall and you become less creative and allow other businesses to come in and destroy your stuff, that's on you. And lastly, number five, inadequate team management. What this shows is that you have to be in alignment with not only your employer and your employee, y'all have to be on the same page where everybody knows their role and they don't step without that. Your subordinates know what position they play, know why they're important, and understand how to do the process properly. Leadership knows how to look at what's going on, oversee everything, and connect the dots to ensure that we get the production that we need, or get the shipment out, or to make sure that the books are counted properly. These aspects are essential to that. When it's an adequate team management, meaning people are leaving, that means it's high turnover and things are not working properly. So as we look at our businesses, personally as CEOs, we all are CEOs, regardless if you have a business or not, you have to look at all these aspects to see if you're failing, or is your foundation solid, or is it being destroyed. So before we get into those major things, we have to ask ourselves a few questions, just a few, and bear with me. When we look at our business, first thing you need to ask, how solid is my foundation? As I look at my business, did I do everything properly at the base? If not, what I need to adjust? Number two, are there cracks or holes that need to be either filled or replaced? This can go towards employment, management, or even with processes. Where are we slipping at? How can we fix them? Look at your business for real. How does chemistry amongst employees affect the foundation? If the core founding principles are not in alignment and management as well as employees are not on the same page, nothing will work properly. What are we doing? Lastly, how does your faith align with your foundation? If you are a person of faith or whatever denomination, whatever that may be, when you have God in alignment of it, there's nothing that cannot get done. Because we're human beings, we make mistakes. But if you have a solid foundation above all things, nothing will be broken. There might be some shaking, but you'll be able to get back on the right path. So look at that as well, because your faith foundation is very essential. So as we close, I'd like to thank you for checking out my channel. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Select all so you will not miss one single video. Now before we go, please remember this Simple phrase. We cannot control the hand that was dealt for us, but we can move with intention and purpose. It is your boy, Smooth Blaze, and I'm signing out.